Hello, my friends. Guess what time is it? It's time for me to do my winter sowing. So, on Saturday I went to buy the soil. The weather recently is really strange. On Saturday it was 50 some degree, almost 60 degree, and today it's like freezing 20 degree. Anyway, the reason I went on Saturday instead of today, it's obviously today is super cold, and also I don't want this dirt to get frozen. Okay, so if you had like I had some soil in the I think I had them from the summer, but they left outside. So if that's the case, I think it's easier, definitely easier to just get new soil from the store and use them, because it's hard to do it if they are frozen, right? And it's also heavy to carry around. So anyway, so I'm just going to show you the kind of soil I'm used for my winter sowing. As you can see, I really just getting the most basic one, and I have 2 bags of Miracle Grow, and the other one is organic one. I really don't think it's gonna make huge difference, but for the argument's sake, I'm getting 2 different kinds, and I will also label my containers. And also we're gonna on this journey together, and you are going to see this just with me and see if there's any difference. But for some reason, when I went to buy this soil, they are all the same price. So anyway, so that is also a Miracle Grow, but they say this one Natural Care is organic. I have no idea. 32 cool, and this one is let me see, all those big bags also. What's the 25? Yeah, 25. Anyway, when you get your soil, make sure it's a potting mix, not any other kind of, definitely not those seed startling soil. Okay, so that's the soil I'm going to use. And next step is really to prepare the bottles. So I'm gonna get all my bottles containers together, and I will show you how many I have right now and how I am going to prepare them. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so here are all the bottles I've been collecting the past few weeks. Not that many, right? I think for the first wave, the first bundle should be good enough. I'm not gonna go crazy about growing tons of plants, because it's a lot of work later on. I want to be manageable, enjoyable, so yep, these are what I'm going to do today. And as you can see, all the caps are removed. You don't really need those caps. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually make holes. You should make holes before you cut them open. Okay, so I'm gonna start making holes. So I'm gonna show you how I make those holes. I only just use a knife like this. Last time I used those drill, I feel drill can actually be takes longer time. So what I did was just stab it like 3 times, right? And then you push it in a little bit. It's really quick. It's probably each bottle would take me less than a minute to do it. So this is one that I did already. It don't have to be perfect. You just make sure water can drain out in enough holes for the water to drain out, because do not recycle these bottles. They are gonna get deteriorated with the sunlight and everything. It's not worth it to recycle them. Just wash them and get rid of them, collect new bottles next year. Trust me. So with that, having said that, you what else? Let me see. And also make sure at the side you make some holes at the side. Yeah, that's it. One thing is, I was trying to recycle them with the intention of recycling them last time, but it turned out just not worth it because, I mean, it just, trust me. Okay, let me get back to work. Right. Just to give you a more also for my reference, how much time it will take to prepare for these bottles. I have this timer here. Whoops, my goodness, let's go. So I start some like 2 bottles a couple of minutes ago, and for the rest of the bottles, let's see how long it's gonna take for me to prepare all of them. Okay, so it's 29:49 right now. All right, let's go. Okay, I know it's super hard to see. It's actually 16:47 plus a few minutes I spent previously for the other 2. So I would say probably like 15 minutes for making. I'm just done with making the holes. 9 milk jug and how many soda pop we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11th soda bottle plus 9 milk jug. I have to say my hand is tired. My hands are tired right now. Feel like I need a break. Anyway, I also want to show you the kind of holes I made for this soda bottle. You can see the 2 big holes. That's all I did. See them? Cut 1 big hole here, the other big hole there. That's it. I think these holes are big enough for the water to drain. All you need is to drain the water. But these kind of big holes, it's the reason I made that kind of hole is just easy for me, you know. But these kind of big holes, circular hole, can also probably be a problem later on. The bugs, snail, slug may get into your bottle from those circular holes. But the holes I made for these milk jugs are much more difficult for anything to crawl inside because they are, you know, it's not fully opened with some rigid thing at the side. Okay, so if you don't have like a lot of time to spend at once, I think you can do this by steps, right? So these making holes can be, you know, spend 20 minutes, get all the holes ready. Okay, and next steps is actually cut the containers open, and then yep, so I will do that next. All right, so I'm going to cut them in half. Okay, I set a timer. Let's go. Okay, so let me show you how I cut them. Okay, I don't cut the handle part. I leave that connected, and I just use that as a as the point of how to say that. I said that as the I don't know how to describe it. So I just use that as the point of like my cutting point in terms of how far, how tall I want to keep the bottom part. Okay, what's the height of the bottom part? I use that as the standard. Okay, and I don't do any lining, I don't pre-draw the lines to cut it, and the only thing I use for today, like everything, just this knife. Okay, so super not precise, and you don't need to be precise. Okay, this is not rocket science. No need to be precise, as long as you have a good bottom part about, I would say, you know, use that handle as the set point. Okay, the same for this kind of container, you know, that's it. You don't need to pre-measure anything. Okay, so just, you know, cut it. Scissors, I didn't even use scissors. Look, I just used a knife and just, that's all it needs. All right, let me get back to work. All right, 17:45, so spend about 12 minutes because I spent a couple minutes talking to you when I start a timer, and all of them done. Okay, and I have to say, I know it except this one. Okay, I know it looks crazy, right? And this is what you need. You need to cut the bottle enough that it can keep open, okay, which is very important in terms of easier for you to put the dirt in, and also later on when you untape it, it's easy for you to pop the plants out. So cut them, just leave a tiny bit connected, okay? So I have to say this is actually easier than the making holes. Making holes is a bit tedious, but this part is fun, it's quick. All right, so I'm gonna finish that one. Come back. Okay, so let's start a timer. Next step is really put the dirt to the container. So I cut the soil bag open, and get ready to rock and roll while I'm watching now my favorite YouTuber. Okay, let's see how long it's going to take for me to fill the dirt. All right, I'll be back. All right, I'm done. The time is so I spent about 15 minutes. Then filling all the bottles with soil. It looks super messy here, but hey, it's done. Another 15 minutes, and amount of dirt I use, I still have some left, which is great because I will use this to put on top of the it seemed like I only need just one bag. Okay, so this will be something for you to consider if you when you calculate the amount of dirt you may need. Okay, so before I start to put seeds in these containers, I am actually going to moisturize. I'm going to add water, okay, quite a lot of it to them. Some of them, this bag of dirt, some part of it is really moist, but the other parts kind of dry. So I'm going to add water, and you should really also be generous in terms of the water you're going to add into these jugs, because you need them. Okay, you need to put water. That's one thing. And then you know what? All you need is just one time of watering. Enough water to the jugs, and then the climate will supply the rest of the moisture to your seeds. But the first time, should really make sure you nicely water these containers. Okay, so I put water in, and see they can clump together like that. I'm just trying to see if I put enough water in them. Probably would also need to give it some time for the water to fully soak in. Yeah, I think I probably do need to give more water. So that would take some time to have the dirt nicely moist. And as you can see, I didn't do this beforehand because I think it will get even messier if I do it beforehand. And this is fine, I think. You add water afterwards. Just make sure you have enough water. The dirt is not too dry. It's very important. Moist as much as you can. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead to moisten more, and then I will start to put the seeds in and continue. Okay, so as I say in my first video of winter sowing, I was talking about Chinese celery, and I am going to dedicate 2 of my 9 milk jar for Chinese celery, because I want to have a good seedling coming out. I want to grow a lot of them. They are fantastic. They last throughout the summer to early winter. They are actually quite cold resistant kind of thing. It's amazing. So I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'm gonna just put a lot of the seeds. Okay, you see? Oh my goodness, I dumped them all. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of that. I know it's really difficult to see, but I accidentally just used up all my seeds. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. They're gonna survive. Okay. All right, so I have a lot of celery. See, I'm empty the whole bag. Wow. I'm gonna have a lot of celery. Okay, that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna continue the rest of my jogs and then come back later. Oh, all right. After an hour, I done with planting the seeds and also done with taping. See how they all been nicely taped it? Now I just need to move them to outside to the garden. It's a little bit messy, but I'm glad I used the cardboard at the bottom to, and this way it's much easier for me to clean up. And actually I only use 1 bag of soil. So, you know, there's something for you to think of. Next year I definitely have a better idea in terms of amount of dirt I need to purchase. Yeah. And then, oh, the tape I use, just this. I don't know what you call this kind of duct tape. Yes. Okay. Duct tape, this kind of duct tape is very sturdy, sticky. I used this last year. It lasts the whole winter sowing season. And then I just use a permanent marker, Sharpie marker to mark outside. And I am very confident this marking is gonna be fine last. Okay. All right, so all my bottles, containers, milk jugs are nicely situated at the sunny area of my garden. I have vegetables, mainly just celery, tomato, and pepper. Yeah, I have also 2 loofah and a gourd, and the rest of the bottles are all flowers. Okay, so I'll give you update periodically to show you see how they grow. All right, okay.